Welcome to Shovelware Diggers. Our dig team's currently excavating the Softkey Shareware 2000 Hit Games 2 CD collection. You can find a link in the video description containing the entire directory structure of this archive. Here's what our diggers have for week 194. For more information on how to join the dig team, simply follow the Patreon link in the video description. Now without further ado, let's get started. First up, Zinfandel ZT has dug up WINGAMES /NEWWIN /Aztec. So something Aztec related, I'm gonna guess. Or at least in terms of design. Well, that's kind of weird. We got batch files and a couple executables. What? Is it gonna be another DOS game or something? That's what it looks like. Let's see here. Aztec Curse for Windows, ready to unravel the mystery of this ancient Aztec puzzle, ! This diabolical mindbender will keep you challenged for hours on end. Remember, there is a solution. Or no, wait, sorry, there is a solution. Gotta get those inflections right. And it requires VGA and Windows 3.1, so it's clearly not a DOS game. At least, hoping it's not a DOS game, because that does happen sometimes, where people say something's for Windows, but what they really mean is that it simply has shortcuts so that you can run it from Windows. And that's the other thing too, is that if this is a Windows game, why is it using the line draw characters? Because you wouldn't open this file id.diz in Windows expecting line draw characters. I don't know, that's just weird. Well, what's the other one say? Installation instructions. Okay, nothing too much there. And menu is... Huh. It almost looks like it's like goes with one of the batch files or something. I guess I'll just try running it. So, Aztec Curse. Shareware version, please register. I haven't actually seen any registration details yet. Well, at least the window doesn't unnecessarily have like a maximize or resizable border, so at least I got that part right. What's the help say? How to play. So the Aztec Curse Aztec Curse puzzle consists of 7 hexagons. At the start of the puzzle, these hexagons are located to the right of the main game board. Note that each game piece has a number 1 through 6 arranged around its perimeter. Your task is to transfer the game pieces onto the main playing board and arrange them so that all the touching sides have the same number. Okay, so it's one of these style of games, where you're just trying to match all the sides and manage to fit everything in there. Okay, and you can rotate pieces, so that's good. And remember how I was saying before about how the windows seem to be done right? Why does this one have a resizable border? Okay. What about? Because I haven't seen any registration... Oh, never mind. So, registration fee is $10, US or US or Canadian? When did this game come out? Do I have a file date? 93. So, in 1993 dollars, 10 Canadian would be worth considerably less than 10 American. But, whatever. The guy's in Canada, so I guess that's why he's saying that. It's like, please send me your US money so that I can make more out of this. And again, a resizable board. That's weird. I guess that's all there is to it, so I guess we just put the pieces in. So, how do I do this? Okay, there it goes. So you basically, click on the piece you want to move and you click it in. And then to rotate it, you do... Okay, so you do right mouse... Okay. That was weird. So yeah, you do the right mouse... Okay, I see what's going on here. So, apparently the way you remove a piece from the board is you double-click. But here's the thing, the left click's not doing anything like special when it's in here, but the right click is rotating it. It seems to be rotating it counterclockwise. But you're supposed to double click to remove, and if you double right click, it still removes it. That's kind of stupid. Oh. Well, at least I know how it's working now, so let's see. So what we gotta do is we gotta match all the sides up. So in this case, we want to find a 6, that has a 1, or not a 1 or 5. We need to find a 6 that doesn't have a 1 or a 5 beside it. Or at least not on those same sides. Like this one has them on opposite sides. So I might want to look into using that one. Or this one's just 4 and 2, so let's go with that. So now, can we find a 1 and a 2 next to each other? We can. There's actually a couple choices there. If we use this one... Well, actually, that one doesn't work. But this one should. And so that gives us 4, 2. And we do indeed have a 4, 2 that would fit there. Oh, we don't have a 5, 4 that fits over here, though, so this can't be right. At least not in this position. I guess if we move these ones down here, but we can't do that. Well, that doesn't work very well. Like, so I gotta double click to put it back. You put it back out. Double click to put it back out, and it doesn't remember its rotation. That's annoying. Okay, so we need a 5, 3 and a 6, 3. Unfortunately, we don't have an appropriate 5, 3. So I think we can safely assume that these pieces are not going to be arranged in this manner. Well, unless there was another 2, 6, but... Oh, there is another 2, 6. Hang on. And that gives us a 5, 4 there. Which we can use this one. Again, the double click detection on the right mouse button means you can't spin them quickly. But that gives us a 6, 6, which will never happen, so that doesn't work. So yeah, I think you guys get the basic gist of this. So that's the Aztec Curse. It's a fairly, like, the concept of this game is fine. It's just the execution... It needs a little more work, like being able to move pieces between move pieces throughout the board, not having to re-rotate them, not detecting double clicks when trying to rotate. That's the other thing too that I've noticed, is that it doesn't work if you're clicking like around the edge. You have to click on the sun icon. And then that's the thing too, is left click doesn't really do anything. Like, given the fact that it's rotating counterclockwise, you'd think maybe left click would be like a clockwise rotation or something, but no, it just doesn't do anything other than detect for the double click. So the interface here could use a bit more work, but as far as the gameplay itself is concerned, it plays like a perfectly fine puzzle game. Next up, Robert Mackey has dug up DOSGAMES /PD1 /Cuber. How much you want to bet Cubert? Just based on a name like that. Got a doc file, got an executable. OVL? That's the same size as the executable? Somehow I got a funny feeling that file doesn't actually need to be there. But... And a start.txt. Now let's just quickly type out the start.txt. This file was downloaded from Aquila BBS. Okay, so it's a BBS thing. Doesn't really tell us if it was legitimate or not, but well, given the fact that it has a doc file, I'm gonna guess it probably was a legitimate download, but let's actually edit that doc file and find out. Cuber arcade strategy game by William Salow. Okay, so we actually have another piece of Salow software here. So the objective of Cuber is to catch different colored cubes as they fall on the left side and put them into the proper column on the right side, so that 4 corners of the 4 different cubes match in color. Huh. So it's gonna be kind of like... This is actually very similar to what we just played, almost. Except we don't get a choice in what pieces are falling and such. Well, let's actually just try playing it. So, Cuber. So, okay. Do I have mouse control? I don't see a mouse cursor. Got options. Oh, what? Options. Not a lot of options. Okay. What am I doing? I'm not quite sure what Okay, I think I better read the controls better, because I thought this made a little more sense when I was first... Oh, it doesn't have the controls in the game. Well, you know what? Given that this is an older solo software title, it kind of makes sense that it would be missing some features. Say, arrow keys to move the catcher and spacebar to drop the cube. So can you not, like, rotate them or anything? Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a way to rotate the pieces, so... That almost makes it seem like it would be very difficult to actually make any decent progress in here. But let's find out. So yeah, let's see if we can actually make, like, a proper... Okay, this should do it. So if we do this... Okay, so it actually does remove all of them when you do that. But you only get 2 seconds once you've caught the piece before it'll fall on its own. This is actually a little stressful. Okay, this will remove those over there, yep. And then this will actually work over here. Oh wow, everything dropped. Unless I missed something? It's kind of weird that you're sort of dropping them across, like across the different sides. So yeah, I get what's going on here, but at the same time, I'm not finding this very enjoyable. This is actually feels really stressful to play. I guess I kind of understand now why this is a particular slow game I'd never heard of, because yeah, it plays fine, but it like doesn't feel fine. There's just something about this that makes me want to not play it because of the way, yeah, it's just I can't even talk well. It's hard to talk while playing this because it feels like every move I make is a potential mistake about to happen. Like, that's not a good feeling to have when you're playing a game. So yeah, that was Cuber. I don't think I'm gonna play any more of this because this is stressing me out. And our last dig for today comes from Ben Jemmett. DOSGAMES /PD1 /GRIPPLE. Guess we're gonna be gripping some stuff here. Oh, this one actually comes with source code. I don't see that very often. And we also have a doc file, EGA VGA, so we know this was compiled with Borland stuff. So yeah, so edit gripple.doc. So GRIPPLE is completely free, and how could it be otherwise where? I don't think that one's going to catch on, but whatever. This is my first program for the IBM, as well as my first bigger than 7 lines program in C. It's based on a little pocket game of the same name by a company called M2 Incorporated. I liked the pocket game very much, but I found that the pieces were difficult to rotate and sometimes even popped off. The computer version is a solution to that, although I'm aware that the awkwardness of the pocket game is half the fun. Interesting. So you'll see a shuffleboard of pegs when you run the program. There should be 4 of each red, yellow, blue, and green pegs. The object is to rotate the regions of the board until the arrangement is such that the various colors are isolated in the 4... How did this happen? We literally have 3 games today that all have to do with matching things together from, like, pieces that... I don't plan this. I don't plan this. I just pick whatever's near the top of everybody's queue when they're at the top of the queue. So... coincidences are weird. And apparently this was made by a Doug B using Turbo C++ 1.0. Okay then. So let's actually run it and see what we end up with. So GRIPPLE. So we have control over 4 different regions, and we're basically trying to make it so that each region is a solid color. Okay, so you're not actually, pressing the number doesn't immediately... Oh, I just noticed the guy's actual name is Doug Beeferman. I've never heard that last name before. Beeferman. Although I guess it kind of makes sense. I mean, maybe if their family history was like ranching or something. So you're selecting the quadrants, and then you have to use the left and right arrows to do your rotations. And it's actually keeping track of the number of rotations I've made in the top corner, too. So, for example, if I wanted to get the blue over into the 4 there, I could go like that, and then like that. Okay. But now the only trick here is that every time I rotate the middle, it's going to be rotating something else out of place. So I guess the trick here, if I want to rotate something into place, would be to get it into a position like, say like that, and then rotate it like that, and then like that. Okay. I see how this works. And in many ways, this almost feels like a simpler Rubik's Cube. I mean, I'm generally really bad at doing Rubik's Cubes, but this seems like it's within my level to accomplish. So yeah, I've already got the yellow and the blue matched up there, so now it's just the red and the green that I gotta worry about. Okay. And then do it again. And there we go. I actually beat it. Congratulations. Took me 38 moves. And then press the key to continue, and it just reshuffles it again. Okay. Well, that was GRIPPLE. It's a small freeware game that plays like a simpler kind of Rubik's Cube that I am actually capable of finishing, unlike a real Rubik's Cube. So, it's simple, but it's free. And there you go.